Khash Saghafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. In this video is 3 things to lower your credit score. Now, if you saw my other video on 3 things to raise your credit score, these are 3 things to lower it. If you didn't see my video on 3 things to raise your score, watch this video until the end, and I'm going to have a link to that video on the 3 things you can do to raise your score. But let's dive right into this one here. What are 3 things you can do to lower your score? Write these down, take notes, and pay attention, okay? Watch this one. Okay, number 1, fastest way to ruin your credit score? Go 30 days late on your bills. Now, I'm not talking about your gas bill, your electric bill, your cable bill, okay? I'm talking about your Discover credit card, your auto loan, your student loans, things that report to the credit bureau. Your gas bill does not report to the credit bureau. Now, if it goes into collection and they sell to a collection agency, it does, okay? But go 30 days late on your bills, okay? Your creditors report to the credit bureau 30, 60, 90 days late, beyond 90, 120, 150, 180, whatever, okay? If you are late, 29 days late on every single thing in your life, you'll have perfect credit. There's no difference between paying 3 months in advance or 29 days late. Do not hit 30 days late, okay? If you want to lower your credit score, the fastest way to do it is go 30 days late on your bills. Pay your credit cards 30 days late. Pay your student loans 30 days late. Pay your car payment 30 days late. Go and do that. You're going to smash your credit score straight down into the earth, okay? The center of the earth, okay? Go 30 days late on your bills. That's the biggest thing you can do to ruin your credit score. What's the second biggest thing you can do to ruin your credit score? That would be maxing out your credit cards, okay? If you max out your credit cards, charge them over certain limits, that will adversely affect your score. Now, I'll show you this over here. I've shown this before, but when your credit card balances are more than 30% or 50% of the limit, 50% of the limit, over 30% and 50%, that adversely affects your credit score. So on your Discover credit card, let's just say you have your Discover, and let's just say your limit is $1,000, okay? Your limit's $1,000. Let's just say your balance is $600. If your balance is $600 and your limit is $1,000, your balance is 60% of your limit. That is over 50%. That will adversely affect your score. By charging up your credit card balances and getting them near the limits, that will drop your credit score, okay? So watch this one. The second biggest thing you can do to lower your credit score is max out your credit cards, okay? Pay attention. You've got to manage that stuff. Be real careful with that one. And what is the third and final thing that you can do to drop your credit score? You got to be real careful with this one. Pay attention to this one, okay? It's updating negative items on your credit. Updating negative items on your credit. What do I mean by that one? I'll write it down over here. This is what I mean by that one. Let's pretend that you have a collection from Verizon, okay? You opened up a Verizon cell phone. So here's Verizon. You opened up a cell phone. You signed a 1-year contract for $100 a month, which is a $1,200 contract, okay? You break the contract. You turn your cell phone in. You say, this cell phone stinks. You turn it in. You cancel the contract. I got news for you. You still owe the $1,200. You're going to say, Khash, that phone service sucks, okay? I didn't want it. Great. You owe the $1,200. But this is what people do. They turn the phone in, they cancel, and they say, screw it, I don't have the phone, I gave it back. You can't give this back. So they stick this collection against you for $1,200. The next thing you know, you have a Verizon cell phone bill for $1,200 as a collection against your credit. If you pay that off to zero, pay it to zero. And by the way, this was done 5 years ago, okay? And they put this collection against you 5 years ago. But then today comes along 5 years later and you pay it off to a zero balance. And you say, hey, I paid that collection off from 5 years ago. Watch this one over here. When they update the information at the credit bureau that the new balance is zero, updating old bad information makes it new bad information. And initially, when you update negative items, many times, not all of the time, but many times, it will lower your score, okay? Now that doesn't mean don't pay off your collections, get all that garbage fixed, but you have to be very mindful of the timing of this stuff, okay? So you want to pay attention to how all this is done. The 3 things you can do to lower your credit score, write this down. Number 1, go 30 days late on your bill. Number 2, max out your credit cards. Number 3, update negative items on your credit. Those are the 3 fastest ways to run your credit score down. Now, there's a link right now in my video, so click on the link right now. That'll take you to my other video on 3 things you can do to raise your credit score. Make sure you watch that video, and if you watched before, watch it again. Subscribe to my YouTube page. Catch me in the next ones. We'll be talking to you later.